This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Okay, did we get our last member in here? Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, I'm gonna. Because obviously the crowd over on the other side, there's. Yeah, I'm gonna come over here on the girls' side. Coming over with the girls. Hi, Brian, how are you?
Good.
No, he's chatting. Is this all we're gonna get today? Is that what you're trying to tell us, Kurt? Are we it? Oh, we got-
Dave's over there.
Yeah, I know Dave, but that's it?
Yeah.
You couldn't convince anyone else?
I tried to convince Lindsay, but Bob said he was gonna be here. But this is a week early.
Oh.
Yeah, it was good that you sent, because I didn't have it on my
And
calendar.
I sent an email to him a
Yep.
couple times.
Yep.
We never know.
I was wondering why it was today, but
I just came.
yeah,
We missed you.
We voted like 2 months ago to move it up because I'll be gone next Wednesday.
I can't remember what I did last week. You expect me to remember what I did 2 months ago?
Our.
That's why I got a handy dandy calendar. My wife tells me where I need to be.
Well, if Bob comes, we'll let him take over the meeting, but we'll
Sure.
call the meeting to order.
Let's roll.
Any changes or amendments to the agenda? All right. Motion to approve the agenda.
Motion.
A motion and a second to approve it. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, regular meeting minutes of April 15th. I weren't here.
I would make a motion to approve the April 15th EDA meeting minutes.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to approve the minutes of April 15th. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, monthly financial report and accounts payable.
Financial is, like I said, I don't think there's anything new on there. If you have a question, I could take it to Kim if I don't know, which is probably pretty good.
Did I assume them property taxes are the properties that we own, correct? And I assume that's for half of the May 15th taxes, correct? I'll make a motion to approve the accounts payable.
Nicollet Projects, is that a solar thing? Nicollet Projects 1,
Yeah, I think it's just they pass through.
that pass through for solar
Yeah.
credits and that type of thing. Yep. Okay, got a motion to approve the monthly cash report or financial report and accounts payable. Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second, all in favor? Opposed? All right, no public hearings, old business, Tulip Tree Marketing.
Tulip Tree Marketing, we are set to go. Is paid $3,135 to get 3 months of Google Performance Max ads. I've been working with Whitney West to get that all figured out. They're kind of going to go with our same topics as we went with Facebook ads. And you can see the list down here on your, such as, this is what we're going to kind of point out to the world about Zumbrota. Obviously the bridge. We want to kind of point out the new pool, which will be, construction will start at some point. Campground, biking, walking trails, Main Street, great schools, new housing's going up downtown, and we have a new housing development going up on the Highlands. Covered Bridge Festival, County Fair, when those pop up. Is there any other that you think that we should point out or take away? And I gave some examples on the back page of what we did with we can submit pictures that will as well put on, kind of blast people with Zumbrota. That's the goal. Anything anybody can think of that's different than what we have? And if you do, shoot me an email, let me know. No.
I want to say a joke. How about we bring up the flag? No. I said at first it was gonna be a joke, because I'm getting sick of hearing it. God.
Really?
Yeah,
People talk to you about it?
oh. Last week I came in, I had 2 letters.
Did you see the one, some of them, are-
Nashville?
one of them, yeah, some of them,
Somebody sent me a letter from Nashville,
yeah, they're,
and all it says, Jesus loves you. And then it had a picture of some flag thing in it. And nobody signed or nothing. From Nashville. Jesus loves me, even in Nashville.
I think he does. I think you're safe.
it's calls that we get here.
It's
Still?
Yeah,
It's amazing, southern accents, yeah.
I got a letter from somebody in the city, the same thing that Jesus loves me. Somebody wanted to send me a letter thanking me for approving going back to the old flag. It's literally 50-50. I mean, if we count everything, it's literally 50-50. But I voted against it.
That's what I thought.
But I would have voted, like I tell people, I would have voted against it to keep the new flag. I wasn't, my personal political views had nothing to do with being the mayor of Kimbrough.
So we won't put flag
Okay,
controversy.
yeah, they don't do that. Mayor has seen enough of that. Okay, that was my humor for the day.
All right, well, like I said, if any of you come up with a topic, once we start it, I'll shoot out examples so you can see them. It should be pretty good. I don't know of another community within CETA for sure who's doing this, so this will be either really good or we'll find out we shouldn't do it anymore. Kind of like a billboard, I guess.
Well, I still like the fact that at least we're getting some feedback on what that dollar is doing for us. Or with the billboard, we didn't get anything, so.
Yeah, and like I said, we'll be able to see how many people click on, yeah. All right. Moving on, 6B, I applied for a Blanton Foundation grant and it got denied. So I thought it was great news on that one. That was a $150,000 grant, and that was great news with sarcasm, by the way. It was a $150,000 grant that we did not get. I will keep, along with CETA, applying for grants that pop up that are beneficial.
Did they,
Go ahead.
did they give you any feedback? Thanks, but no.
Pretty much.
No, as additional opportunities come up, and did we write that ourselves? CETA did?
Yeah.
So the building across the parking lot here, the little visitor center shelter bathroom thing that was built with some grant money that we obtained years ago, and we used a guy that I know through Mayo to help us write that. And this is what he does. He's got a legitimate side gig. So as other opportunities come up for larger grants, it may be worth engaging him for a couple, $200-300 to help review the grant, to make them maybe a little more tailored. And not that I didn't see the other grant, Kurt, so I don't know what it looked like, but this is what this guy does. So, and I'm not jonesing to send a friend of mine business, but it worked once.
We will for sure keep that in mind when they kind of pop up, because, okay,
Just for awareness.
that'd be great.
Did I just sign something for a grant through you, or is that?
Yeah, that was for tier 2 housing, that's for the habitat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was you or Rob that
And they're buying a lot on 10th,
13th,
13th
East 13th.
to put a.
That empty one?
Yeah. You know, a lot of it, right down.
I know exactly which one it is.
It backs up to trees.
Yep.
But do you know what they paid for that lot? Like 25,000.
That's good. It's been for sale forever.
Yeah. My brother-in-law is the CEO of the company that owns that lot. East 13th.
Left hand
2
side.
houses up
Next to the group
past
home.
East Avenue.
There used to be a group home there. So there's a house on the corner and then the group home and an empty lot. And then John and Shauna Stussy and then Corey Mattis owns our old house. That'll make people.
Working on that.
I told John he should have bought that a long time ago.
Especially at that price.
right, some more old business is, we're still talking about moving the historical plaque. Now, when you look out here, Jeff has actually, is going to have a pad poured by those older plaques that are out there. It's for two reasons. One, we could put this plaque on it, and two, it's easier to mow around that because it's cornering it off. So we'll have a pad there. And, I've been in contact with Brian about this, and one thing he suggested, and Bob suggested this last meeting was, that is a park there on where the plaque is currently across from Quick Trip. And what would we do with that? Well, the park board would have to make that decision because that's park land. And there were the thought of maybe dividing it up and sell some to Booker, and then the other half to Quick Trip, and then maybe telling them they could make a little park there and leave the plaque there. Because it is a historical marker for the Dubuque St. Paul Trail. So I'm gonna go talk, I know the owner or the manager of Quick Trip, his name is Matt, and I'll go speak to him and just kind of see what he thinks about that. If we make that into a little, I don't think the city would own it anymore, but maybe a little resting place for people who buy food at Quick Trip and go sit and eat. There's no tables there now. If you put a couple tables there, would people go there? That's something I can't really answer.
Booker wants to put some storage units up there.
Right?
Put a few more of those buildings.
So this is kind of a review of that, and I'll keep you up to date on it. I don't want to take any money from the EDA to do this. And I don't want to have the Minnesota Historical Society involved because I don't want to change that plaque. There's nothing on there. I don't think that is offensive to anybody. If you need to review what it says on there, it says.
Council too, last council meeting.
Yeah, because you said that you could reach out.
I mean, and it's one of those things, if it's gonna cost us $10,000 to move it, is that the best $10,000 we've ever used to move a plaque that's not hurting anything where it's at now? I mean, and that lot is so small.
Yeah.
And it's in a tough location for even Quick Trip. I mean, if you're gonna buy a burger, that's a long ways to walk with that crazy ass traffic coming through there and that roundabout. I mean, do you see somebody getting hit there? I mean,
We want people to appreciate it, read it, then I think it's gotta be in an accessible point.
Yeah.
100%, and here it'd be better than where it is.
Exactly.
I think Steve Johnson was one of them, and Kevin Kish. We're talking about a couple years ago, moving that plaque.
Yeah, maybe the
So-
community trust would have some
Yeah.
money to.
But I
maybe
mean, I
I'll
think
throw
it's
it.
something we need to move, but if the city isn't worth spending a chunk of money moving it.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, we're looking at not doing, like this pad's getting laid because they were putting a memorial bench down on the walkway, and they need a yard of concrete. It only takes a half a yard to do that bench, so Jeff was gonna throw the rest of it there.
Yeah.
So it'll be there, so that's perfect. So the base is there, and that'll be good. Yeah, it'll be, and those, you can see there's two I think they're ash trees, because they're not looking good. And they can move the school signs as well. So yeah,
Do you know how big that lot is that we own then?
the park up there,
No, yeah,
not off the top of my head, I don't.
It's not a full acre. is it?
Yeah, I'd say it's half an acre maybe. You didn't get a burger.
Your brother sell a lot of them sheds,
I think at times.
does he? I mean,
I got mine.
what? Yeah, I knew you got yours there. And a lot of them are probably like pre-solds where they want a different color or whatever, so they make them and then deliver them right from the factory versus pulling them off the lot.
Yeah.
Cause I think I've seen one or two get moved,
That's real cool.
but I mean, why wouldn't you? You've got the space. You sell 10 a year, I mean, we're,
Is it possible that if the city or the foundation board out there, that Schumacher's would move it without?
That was originally I know Jeff looked at that, but it is heavily connected to the base. Because his thought was just pick it up, move it, put on this base. And he said that's not gonna work.
So you gotta move the base and everything probably.
Down a ways.
do
Okay.
we know that for fact?
That's what, yeah, Jeff.
Okay,
went out there and dug around it. So,
But it still might be the best way to do it, just move it in one piece and just spend, I mean, Schumacher's got the equipment to do it.
and I can ask him again tomorrow. I was hoping to find a stonemason who would, I thought if he could build us a place to put the plaque and then put on there, done by Ted Johnson, 2026, that'd be there forever. We'll see. But Jeff made the point, it's hard to get people to volunteer because it's hard to find people to actually do the work to get paid, to
Right.
do some of this stuff. So it's not as easy.
All right, any more discussion on the historical plaque? Okay, more to follow, it sounds like.
Yeah. All right, so we have an offer from Paul Lankowski for the lot. If you're not familiar with the lot. So the smaller of the two EDA lots, print this off. Paul wants to open I'm gonna call it a factory, it's a shop. He has, you're gonna have roughly 4 or 5 employees. He's looking at putting a 40 by 80 foot building on that lot, which, speaking to Miles, would fit just fine. There'd be plenty of room for it. So he contacted me. He's been in contact with Bill Angerman, WHKS, our city engineer. And like I said, we worked with Miles to get the building would fit. And then I emailed each of you asking for a baseline because I'm worried that back and forth negotiations, they'll take a month at a time. But if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. So he sent me an offer, and you can see he's offering $50,000 cash offer for the property. We are asking, what are we asking? $98,000. The market value of the property is roughly $105,000. I looked up some comps, but it's hard to.
You can't compare them big cities to that would be Mankato, Albert Lee,
And just to clarify, are we looking at lot 030 or 020?
020.
50 up there.
020? The
Yes.
one, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. So that other lot's still going to be available.
Yep, the bigger lot
030.
is still there. Just a heads up, our taxes that we pay on this lot, as you can see, came out of our fund are about roughly $2,146
A year?
a year. Wow. So this lot, since I've been here, has been for sale. They've both been for sale for a while. This one would be the more difficult of the two to, if you remember, Couch Trucking was very interested, but it wouldn't fit. I'm not sure from what I've talked, when I spoke with Couch Trucking, like they'd have to put a retention pond on this lot. I mean, you know the process. So what do we counter offer $50,000? Do you take $50,000? You as an EDA, what do you think?
We don't know that he necessarily needs to put a retention pond on the property in order to build a 40 by 80 building.
We don't know that for sure, correct? Yeah. I just know the Couch had to.
And he's aware that he might have to have that expense.
He's spoken with, I don't think he spoke with Bill, but he spoke with, who's the other guy? Zimbrota,
Haneke.
Jesse Preston?
Haneke,
Yeah.
Yep.
about it. So
Okay.
he's all well versed.
Okay.
So once I gave him that information, he contacted him and then he sent me this.
It'd be interesting to see what the layout is with the shed, with the pond.
Well, I just think if there's even a possibility, he's got to put more money into the lot just to get it ready to build a
Usable.
40 by 80. I think 50 is a reasonable offer.
I'm okay with it. I was gonna say my baseline would have been 75. But like you said, it is a tough lot. It's kind of in a.
If it were the other one, I would say 75 for sure, but.
But what do we have the other one listed for? 128 or something? Or 180?
Yeah.
But that's like 2.5
That's almost
acres.
3 acres. Yeah.
So, I sold real estate for 6 years, so they're coming in at 50 and they'll probably go as high as 60 or 75,000. So I always look at that too. Obviously you want to get as much as possible as we can, but I would also like to get that lot sold because it is a tough lot.
Exactly.
So if he can put a shed on and not have to put a pond on it, so that's gonna save him some money. I think we need to go 60, 75,000, but if he has to put a pond on it and have some more expense, maybe we take 50,000
It's a good
just to
way
get it sold.
do it as a contingent,
Yeah.
or a contingent counteroffer. Is that 50 is the bottom line? Yep. And then if he doesn't have to put a pond in there. you know,
Or do we wait for him to come back and say, for this to work, this is what I need to do, pond
Well,
or
we
no
could-
pond?
Yeah.
Or do you ask, is it ethical just to ask the city engineer whether a pond would need to go in there? Then you'd know. And then if the answer is no, a pond doesn't need to go in there, then you say 65 or 70 or 75, whatever the number is. And then if they come back and they say, yeah, this is going to cost $100,000 for the pond, I'm making that number up, I have no idea.
Mhm.
Then 50, I go back to.
But if Hunnicky already knows, they're not gonna have to put a pond on there, or yes,
Is
they
that the
are.
case? Sorry if I missed that.
No,
Sorry.
What?
doesn't know.
He
That's
doesn't
not.
Yeah,
So I think that's one of the.
but
pieces of
Hunnicky should know
information
what the
we need to
guidelines are on that.
So I asked, because there's a pond when water filtration bought this land. You can see this, there's a pond right here, cities of Nona. That's what that is. So my thought was, can we just run the water in the pond? Is that, so I'll ask, because that was cut down costs, obviously. But he's been in contact, and I will, yeah, so I can ask Bill. So if they do have to put a pond on it, you would think that $50,000 would be
I would come back
acceptable.
at 55, just to, I mean, yeah, just to come back at something.
55, and then you can use the extra 5 for I was talking about Teddy Swims in the office, so I missed the opportunity to amend the agenda, but I do have one real quick question that I'd like to socialize with you later.
So pond, yes, at 55. If they don't need a pond, would counteroffer at,
75.
Yeah. I mean, what commercial lots now that it's an acre and a half is going for 50,000,
Right.
to be realistic.
Yeah.
That's already got city water and city sewer there. And you know, you go to city of Rochester, I don't care if you have to put a pond or not, it's 98,000, that's what I'm gonna sell it for. I mean,
I mean, the available lots up by us are going for 50, just,
Is that what they are now?
and that's a bargain.
yeah.
I'm gonna say
No, I-
that's cheap.
This is a great
It'd be
deal.
interesting to see what Bigelow's, what is it, the 7th division coming in, what their lots are gonna be coming in.
Somebody want to summarize that into a motion?
So moved.
I will make a motion that if they have to put a pond in there, we'll counter offer at 55. If they do not, we'll come in at 75. But I would like to do research with Hunnicky and or Bill Angerman prior to us doing a thing.
Yeah.
To see what the opinion is, because if they've already talked to Hunnicky, or both of them already know what that lot is gonna entail to do that, 'cause that's what they do every day.
I'll call them tomorrow before, if this is the motion, before any of this goes forward. I'll call to, just to verify if there needs to be a pond. So summarize.
We have a motion? Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. Now, we'll do the correct Robert's Rules of Order and see if there's any further discussion about that motion. Nobody?
But here's, I mean, okay, I'll let you, let's vote first and then we'll go on another topic.
Okay,
Same thing.
all right. All in favor?
I-
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
But here's, I mean, it's a good problem, but I mean, as an EDA, we're gonna have to start thinking of more commercial lots. And we make a practice on council that we do not, we're not in the development, investing.
Sure.
We're not using taxpayers' money to buy land to hopefully make money.
Mhm.
But that's, I mean, if we sell this lot, we're down to one lot commercially without doing it. And I think rebound is an avenue, which Brian's been part of some of the meetings. That could be an option too, but I mean, that's something that we might have to start out marketing Rebound and or other investors out there. Because what makes, I mean, in a perfect world, I'd love to buy that other Jacobson corner up there. Take 10, 15, 20 acres of that, because that's prime location. I mean, and Rebound has discussed that and some other things, but that's.
What has been done before is communities have bought, say bought land for $1 million. And the city, this hypothetical, loans you get an inner city loan of $1 million because each lot that you sell off, you pay that loan back. And then you start making money because you may pay, hypothetically, 4 lots pays off that loan.
And you still got 4 more lots to sell.
That's straight profit.
But it's still taxpayers' money that you're still doing to buy
That's
that.
exactly what Goodhue has done with their residential real estate
Yeah.
developments.
Wadamingo did that too. I mean, the smaller communities,
They have to.
they have to, and it's more residential stuff
Mhm.
because they're trying to get the people there to grow that. I mean, I know Wadamingo has, Goodhue has, I think Wyckoff even has, I think I've seen that. But who wants to live in Wyckoff? Who can get to Wyckoff without MapQuesting it? Not many people.
We used to say, why cough when you don't have to?
Yeah.
All right, good. I'll contact those guys tomorrow and then I'll send out a.
And I think that'd be a good business on that corner because
Do I just call Paul or do I type up a formal?
either way, you're gonna have something in writing.
Yeah, I
You
think you
give a
can,
verbal,
I think you can verbally negotiate until you get close and then,
then put it on paper.
Sorry, so, okay. All right, well, good.
But I would call Angerman and or Hudnicky. I could even call Bill right now just to see what his opinion is. But
he's probably playing pickleball. It's
Pickleball.
Wednesday night.
in his new shed,
No, at the school.
have you seen his shed?
I have not.
Oh my goodness.
All right, update on Keller Bartman Apartments.
Well, if you don't know, they have started construction. I don't know what to tell you, I haven't seen it. When you drive by it, there's a big hole in the ground. That's
Well,
what's
the
happening.
building's not there. Let's start there first.
There's digging going on and those guys said they will turn over the keys in February. When I spoke to them.
I think they're ahead of schedule right now already. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of neat. I don't know if you looked at the hole, but you actually can see the culvert. They got that exposed.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I mean, the good chunk of it, probably 30, 40 feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they got some
Walk over there and
concrete already poured.
Yeah, and the integrity of that concrete culvert is just fine and.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think it was ever an issue
Right.
at all. I just think it was, how can they do the supports
Right.
without,
Yep, compromising.
anytime you move the dirt, you can
Yep.
always have an erosion or we get heavy rain. I mean,
Yep.
you can always have some issues and that's been some of the
Okay.
spit back, fight back on it.
See that thing going up and when it
Yeah.
starts to.
And I think it's gonna go up faster because now it's being built in a enclosed or in a shop environment and then brought here and built versus that last one, they basically did it by stick built. I
Yep,
mean,
yep.
so, and that's what most of these apartment complexes are. It's just a jigsaw puzzle they bring on semis and hopefully you can figure it out before you put the wrong wall in.
All right, Dave, your agenda item.
Yeah, just, and I apologize, I was talking to
You talk.
I do. So the Zumbrota Community Trust, of which I am the chair, buys flowers for Main Street every year.
Oh, yeah.
And we're happy to do that. If you compare the flower baskets that we have, if you go to Red Wing and look or Rushford and look, you'll notice that there's a significant difference what they look like. And the city, the deal is that we've kind of worked with the city is we'll buy them, you hang them up and water them, and it's been a good symbiotic relationship. The reason the plants look so much better in Red Wing and Rushford is that they have a different reusable pot that retains water. So you water them in the morning, they'll dry out on a hot day in these pots. And so the question from the trust, and we're not looking for an answer today, would you be willing to entertain a proposal where we would go halvesies on the reusable pots, which would have cut down your watering? Because the water.
And labor and
Yep,
and
so
gas
it
to
would
get there.
save money that way. Although, and we're not looking to have this city or EDA or whomever, or park board, I don't know who, pay for the whole thing, but, and not this year. We've purchased them. They're going down to get them, I think, next week maybe, or the week after.
What's the price? I mean, on half that, do you know?
Yeah, I'm guessing, I mean, we're not talking a lot of money in the overall scheme of things. I'm again, this year it would have been about $2,500.
Would be our portion of
Yeah,
whoever paid.
$5,000, and then we would need to find a place to store them, and so then we need to, and somebody from, Gary Grover's retired and he's got a truck, he'd pick them up, drive them down to Rushford, or wherever we are gonna get the flowers from. The guy, the person that we've been buying these baskets from, does a great job, but he's 85 years old.
So the next move is probably gonna cost somebody more money for flowers, just like anything else.
Yeah. So again, I'm not looking for an answer today, but is it worth asking the question next fall as we prepare from the trust side to move forward with next spring?
My personal opinion, I think we need to find a way to do it. I obviously would have questions for Jeff, our Public Works Director, because he's gonna have to worry about storage and he may know more about the product than I do, but I do get several comments throughout the month about how our downtown looks, how well it's kept, how well the flowers, now with the senior pictures, with the music, I've heard all that stuff. And with 58 being such an artery for Red Wing and the casino and getting into Wisconsin, I have a lot of Rocherneites that I know that come through this town.
Yeah.
And the only thing they bitch about is their police department likes to bug them. Don't go faster than 32 on Main Street and you don't have a problem.
Exactly.
Well, I was only going 34. I said, it's a small town police. They get bored. So I said 32. But I mean, so I would be in favor of if it's EDA, if it's council, if it's park board, or we all chip in 50 or.
Last time, Dave, for the pots you have now?
They're disposable.
So that was an every year expense?
Yeah, you go buy the plants and you hang them up.
Yep. This,
Organization paid for it then?
Say that again?
Your organization paid for it every year?
Oh, yeah, we've been doing that for a long time, and we'll figure this out, but there's been a benefactor who's been providing money to the trust and then getting a tax deduction, and that benefactor is no longer with us. So we figured out a way to do it this year with with the trust funds that we have. I got an email, totally unrelated, but I got an email from Brian today, and he's not here. But I'll tell you that as city council people that I just need to get a check for our donation to the pool. He asked for the donation. We agreed to write a check. The trust.
$150,000, I told?
It was 50. It
No.
wasn't 150.
I almost got you to say yes.
But our treasurer lives in Wisconsin, so we do all this by snail mail. So I sent the request to David, and I think it might take a little bit of time because we're gonna have to pull money out of one of our, we've got money with Edward. The trust has money with Edward Jones. So it's there. I just need to move it and then get a check cut, and that's all.
You said Red Wing and Rushford has the flowers
Yeah.
that we would get. I should look at those.
They're gorgeous and they're huge. So.
And that's what,
and they get them from Rushford?
They do, yeah.
it'd just be interesting to see what the cost is, because I think
Yeah.
that's important.
Of
I think
course.
it's also important for our businesses to help them look and thrive. I mean, we've all heard Phenomenal Woman's for sale. That kind of concerns me, is if it's gonna get bought and kept on run, or is it gonna sit on vacant, or are we gonna go through 4 or 5 different businesses before we get an anchor? I mean, Phenomenal Woman has been a thriving business for Zumbrota for, I don't even know how many.
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years. So that is kind of a concern as a mayor of what can we do, or how can we keep that business? And I'm hoping Brian Hagen and his wife buy it and keep it up or whatever, but.
My daughter worked there and Chris approached her about purchasing it before she got a job as a teacher,
So
so,
really.
so now she's
No, but
not so
that's,
interested anymore.
and I don't know where it's at and I don't, but that's a concern as mayor that if we lose an acre like that, we have some great knickknacks. We've had a couple pop-ups come and go, but I mean, that's what keeps this town thriving, so.
Speaking of, there is a new business opening in June. It's going in the Main Street
Laundromat?
building,
No.
Cactus Jacks, and they're making homemade goods and stuff. Kind of like,
What building is that going in?
it's the 4th Street main building, the yellow on Main Street. It's got a chiropractic in there, there's an orthodontist. This is.
Oh.
It used to be.
Where the
Used to be-
orthodontist is, yeah. okay.
So it's going to the
Where that
spot where there was
salon
a hair,
was, that closed.
it's going where the hair salon was, so that'll
Yeah.
open June.
And it'd be interesting to see, I'd love to get something in the Steve Johnson building, the old shells. I mean, something, not a mechanic shop, but I mean,
He's still in there, right?
yeah, I think he'd do that just for a write-off right now,
Right.
just for a little office for, I was told.
Keep his
that-
leasing company going.
Yeah.
So speaking of new businesses, any scuttlebutt on anything for the old pizza or the Mexican place?
We've heard a Thai place was interested in it, but nothing has moved forward.
And the only reason I ask is I was at Next Step Nutrition this morning and some contractor was going in there,
Oh, yeah, good.
so.
If, and I know it's a religious thing, but if you could sell beverages,
Business would have a better chance of success.
100%.
Right.
I mean, and it's, if I have Mexican, I'm good for a margarita or 7. I mean, that's just, if I was having a pizza, I want a cold beer. I mean, but I mean, you can't tell somebody.
No. Okay,
That's it.
any other scuttlebutt on new businesses or anything?
But to go
Anybody?
back to flowers with Dave, it'd be interesting to see what all the prices are
Yeah.
versus
And
the disposable to the non-disposable. How many are we talking? Because Jeff's going to be a big important
Yep.
issue because the city staff will have to store them. I think we have plenty of room, but it just,
the charge that I had from the trust was to ask the question whether it's worth asking the question. That's what I did.
I just think flowers are big.
Mhm.
I think it spruces up downtown, and I just think that's something the city can put in a couple, $2,000-3,000 to help
Okay.
do that. I'm okay with that.
So what I'm hearing is I've got a soft yes to continue.
And I
the
think Joan,
conversation.
I think Joan would be with that too, so.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
So just, I know a lot of times you can't even talk about people that are inquiring, potential businesses that might be inquiring. Is there anything going on in that realm lately? Anybody reaching out to say, ask if there's anything available in town or,
No, not like,
okay.
for a while, I mean, everything on Main Street was full,
Right.
but now we have that, Greenstead moved
Yep.
out, so
Yep.
that building's open.
Yep.
But no, I haven't heard as of late, just that lady who's starting that business.
Yep, Cactus, yep.
And I
That's
think
one- that's
the
one I
rumor
heard.
has it, I think, is it Jen? Busy Babies, she's struggling right now. 'Cause she's got a lot of vacancies.
She was on a newscast saying that things were tough now because of
The tariffs.
tariffs and,
But she don't have Wobig up there, and now
Right.
she's got Greenstead that's moved out. And I've also heard some rumblings, I gotta be careful what I say, but that hotel and Covered Bridge has got some things shaking and moving and
Well, last time I talked
fitzy.
to Todd, that was almost a go that they were gonna buy that hotel and revamp it, but then their last meeting got canceled and
I know there's been some people looking at both of them, part of the rebound.
the investors and rebound, or, yep. good.
Interesting to see what happens to Hawkins building, the other Hagen.
Mhm.
The old truck, I mean, that building would be nice to get filled up too.
Mhm.
Is Steve Johnson moving? Where's he at with them storage units out on that lot? Did we approve that? Do you know, Joe? I mean,
I don't know if I went to planning yet.
I remember seeing it or hearing about
Speaking
it.
of, I thought when I was over there today in that area, I was gonna drive back there when I was done, but it looked like there was construction going on, like there was poles,
Was there? I haven't been back there. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Where's this?
behind Mosaic, Shelf.
Steve Johnson had that vacant lot where he was storing all his cars for a long time.
That's two things I gotta do tonight. I gotta go look at the culvert and drive back there and see what was going on.
We could really stir the
You're
pot.
gonna
and talk-
turn into Jim Wedge. You're gonna drive, you're gonna get a little white pickup, you're gonna drive
I
around
have
slow.
lunch with Jim Wedge occasionally at Bridget's, so I learned from the best. Thank you for that
Yeah,
compliment.
there you go. All right, that's all good.
All
We
right.
could be
anything-
talking data center.
They want to come here now?
No.
Okay,
Can you imagine?
let's adjourn before that happens.
Well, that's the good thing, because, Cannon Falls is dealing with one. And so is Pine Island.
Meeting adjourned.
All right,
Okay.
Thank you.
thanks, everybody.
They're not as far as in this process as Pine Island. But they approved it.